Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ngayon mga kapatid, tatalakayin ko sa inyo kung ano ba talaga ang John, itong kinalang at John chapter 1, verse 1, 3 to 14 hanggang 18. Ano ba talaga ito? The preface, the so-called preface of John chapter 1. Itong or the whole book of John. The preface of the whole book of John, the fourth canonical gospel. Ano ba talaga ito? From 1 to 18. At ano ba, sino ba talaga ang author nito? At sino po ba talaga ang nagsulat nito? At ang dagdag pa nito, ano ba ang sinasabi of the modern scholar, about the modern scholars? Ang sinasabi nito, modern scholars of the Bible, not about the Quran. Okay? Ano ba talaga ito ang katotohanan ng John? Dahil itong nagbigay ng gulo, particularly between Christians to Christians, like for example, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Iglesia ni Cristo, and other monotheistic Christians against the Trinitarian. Ito talaga ang John chapter 1 ang nagbigay ng kaguluhan. Okay. Ano ba talaga ito? Una, mga kapatid, kung babasahin natin ang John, itong John chapter 1, yan, babasahin ko. Chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God, and all things came to through Him, and without Him nothing came to be. What came to be through Him was life, and this life was the light of the human race. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Okay? Ano ba talaga ito? Hindi ito salita ng Diyos. Ano niyo? Hindi ito salita ng Diyos. Hindi ito salita ng propeta. Hindi ito salita ni Jesucristo. At ano ba talaga ito? Anonymous writer ang nagsulat nito. Babasahin natin, ito ay isang Biblia, the New, the Holy Bible, the New American Bible, the New Catholic Translation. Ito ay edited ni Jaime Cardinal Sin. Marami Protest, Jaime L. Cardinal Sin. Ito by Protest by Jaime L. Cardinal Sin. Mga board of scholars, reverends, and doctors. It comprises, hindi ito bababa sa 57 names mentioned. 57 names mentioned, doctors, reverend, and professors. Ang nagbuo nito, nag-translate nito from the original Greek. Dito sa page 1188, 1188 page nito, tungkol ito sa John. Tungkol ito sa aklat na or book, John. Sinasabi dito, the second paragraph, critical analysis makes it difficult to accept the idea that the gospel as it now stands was written by one person. Simple na translation. So, paraan ng tagang critical na analysis, nagawa na ito ay hindi matatanggap ng body na ito, nag-translate na ito, na ang nagsulat nito ay one person. Hindi nila matatanggap. The scholars cannot adapt, cannot accept that isa lamang ang nagsulat nito, the book of John. It continue. Chapter 21, in chapter 21, seems to have been added after the gospel was completed. After the gospel was completed, the chapter 21 was added. Dinagdagan, sinabi nila. It exhibits a Greek style somewhat different from that to the rest of the world. Dahil ang sa original, sa Greek nito, ito lamang ay nagkakaiba. Itong chapter 21. Okay? The prologue. Ano bang prologue? Prologue meaning the introduction. The introduction. From chapter 1, verse 1 to 18 of John, tandaan natin, the prologue from chapter 1, verse 1 to 18, yan ang tinatawag na prologue, apparently contains an independent hymn. Independent hymn. Subsequently adapted to serve as the preface to the gospel. Ito pala daw, itong chapter 1, verse 1 to 18, sabi nila, sa klaro-klaro, apparently, apparently contains an independent hymn. Alawit. The meaning is alawiton or kantahin and poetry. Poetry ito. Independent pala ito. Independent. Okay? Subsequently adapted to serve as a preface to the gospel. Oh, ito palang alawiton, ito palang ginaawit, poetry, adapted, ibig sabihin hindi sinulat sa author. It is adapted, apparently adapted, adapted to serve as a preface to the gospel. Adapted meaning kinuha, ini-import lamang, parang ginawang preface of the gospel. Nang ibig sabihin, hindi ito sinulat mismo sa author. Hindi ito sinulat sa author. Maliban pa dyan, hindi kilala ang author. From prologue of chapter 1, verse 1 to 18, apparently contains an independent hymn subsequently adapted to serve as a preface to the gospel. Addition pala ito. Addition. Pumilik pala ito. Hindi pa ito sinulat pala. Sa outsider pala ito. Galing sa labas. Awitin pala ito. Poetry pala ito. Para bang mga saying, mga awit-awitin at dinagdag dito. Ito ang sinasabi ng mga scholars. Page 1188 of the Holy Bible, the New American Bible, Catholic translation, and also imprimatur, protest by Cardinal Sin. Okay. Pagpatuloy natin as a preface of the gospel. Within the gospel itself, there are also some inconsistencies. Within the gospel itself, there are also some inconsistencies. Alam niyo anong ibig sabihin ng inconsistencies? Hindi pareho, nagkakontrahan, nagkakontradikto, inconsistency, hindi nagpareho, nagkasungayan, sinasabi dito. That is, there are two endings of Jesus' discourse in the upper room. May dalawang diskurso, may dalawang salita, mayroong long end and short end. Saan ang tama nito? Okay? This is to solve this problem, kasi yan ang mga inconsistencies. So to solve the problem, scholars have proposed various rearrangement that would produce a smoother order. Nagkakaisa ang mga scholars para rearrange, to reproduce. The scholars have proposed various rearrangement that would produce a smoother order. Okay? However, most have come to the conclusion that the inconsistencies were probably produced by the subsequent editing in which homogeneous materials were added to a shorter original. Mga scholars mismo nagsasabi ang conclusion na mayroon dinadagdag from the shorter ending, mayroong dinagdag para maging longer ending. Okay? Other difficulties for any theory of eyewitnesses, authorship of the gospel in its present form are presented by its highly developed theology and the certain elements of its literary style. For instance, some uulitin ko, the difficulties, ang kahirapan, okay? Yeah. For any theory of eyewitnesses, ang kahirapan na pag-identify kung sino ang nagsulat talaga, okay, eyewitnesses authorship of the gospel in its present form are presented by its highly developed theology and by certain elements of its literary style. Okay? Continue natin dito. Although tradition identified this person as John, the son of Zebedee, ang nagsulat. Okay? Most modern scholars of what? Scholars of the Bible, find that the evidence does not support this. Ang mga modern scholars, nakita nila mga ebidensya, prueba, nga hindi sila naniniwala nga ang author ay si John, the son of Zebedee. Sino? Adopted. Ang talagang pinagmamalaki ninyo pala, mga kapatid. In the beginning, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was from chapter 1, verse 1 to 18 pala ito. Awit-awitin pala ito. Mga tula pala ito. And adopted, inserted into the Bible of John para palabasin as a preface. Tapos ngayon, pinagmamalaki nito, salita ito ng Diyos, salita ipalaki, adopted pa lang, poem pala yan, awitin pala yan ng tagalabas. Mayroon pa nga dito, sabi lang, Hellenistic songs, mga Hellenistic, yung bang mga Hellenistic ang ibig sabihin, pagan song, meaning yung non-Jewish song, mga Hellenistic, mga awit-awitin, poem, tapos ini-insert doon sa John, nahaluan talaga dahil talagang nagsulat nito, nag-compile nitong Biblia, ay hindi naman mga Hudyo hindi naman mga Hudyo. Ang sinasabi nila dito, the most scholars agree na they don't believe, traditional belief, that John, the son of Zebedee, was the mere author of this book. Hindi sila maka-accept. So mga kapatid, ano pa ang paniniwala ni John? Pinagmamalakin ninyo. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was, awitin pala yan sa labas It's a prologue, it's a poem, it's an hymn from the outsiders adapted into the Bible para ipalabas as a preface of the John according to the book. So maraming salamat mga kapatid. Ito ay hindi itong salita, hindi nagmula mismo sa Biblia ng translated by the Roman Catholic translations, with comprises of more than about 58 scholars, reverends, and professors and doctors nga nagbuo nito sa translation. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood mga kapatid. Subhanakallah Allahumma bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.